Hello everyone, this is a quick video to explain the potential problems with having families with inconsistent categories. I'm going to start with the data that we've currently got on our system. I'm using the bed families for this example. As you can see, we have 13 different beds and there are 3 different category types. Now, on the surface this doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. If we go into the Revit environment, in this case I'm using a one bedroom large room layout sheet, and I've turned color filters on to show you the different categories of beds. The existing bed here is done as a specialty equipment category, and we've got 4 options, 2 of which are furniture categories. One's a generic model, and one which is the specialty equipment. Now, if we have a situation where the client is swapping out a family that has the same and has a consistent category, it's not a problem. So what I can do is basically, using the match tool, match this existing bed, and there's no issues. As you can see, all it did was change the size of the object and also added the correct description. I'll undo that, and nothing else changed. In order to do the same thing with the generic model, it does not actually allow me to change that. Now, going back to the first step, I can also select the family and swap it with the new one. Again, it doesn't do anything other than change the dimensions of the object. So I'll undo that. If I select that now and try and do the same thing with the generic model, it won't actually allow me to do it. If I select the family and try and swap it, this particular bed is not on that list. For this to be swapped out, I'd have to delete the object and recreate this one in its place. Now, that did 2 things. You notice the tag is gone and also the dimension. There was no warning for that, it just disappeared. So as a client replacing this, there would be a lot of work to do that. Now, that wouldn't have just disappeared in this view, it would have disappeared in every view that has that bed and any note with it. So now that would do the same thing with each of these scenarios. Now, the other problem that we've got with families that are consistent in category is that because they haven't been built consistently, you'll get a different issue. So in this scenario, if we've got these 2 beds are the same category and I want to match these 2, if I use the match tool, as you can see, dimension stays the same, but the position's completely different, which is going to be extremely problematic. And in order to fix that, you'd have to remodel the item. So that there is the main problem that we've got. There's 2 solutions. One is a shortcut solution, which I'll call the shortcut solution, and I'm using, in this case, the lighting family as an example. So the problem that we've got is when it comes to the base build of the family, you need to start with the correct category, because the category determines a lot more information that's hidden within Revit. I'm using a lighting example in this case, whereby which on the right hand side here, this is using the lighting category. So if I'll go to the 3D view, and this is one of our families, which is a light. It's been modeled as a light, so on and so forth. As you can see the difference between the two. This has a light source, which is not on the right hand side. That there cannot be added on the right hand side. That's hard coded with the family templates. So what's actually happened in this particular case is someone started with a generic model like so and changed it to a lighting device, which is fine, but as you can see, you don't get that information. And if I take it a step further, and I'll just show you the difference between the property type information, the family types information. This is the one on the right, which is done from the correct template. As you can see, there's a difference between the parameters of the two families. This one here has been started as a generic family and then has been switched to a lighting family. Now, this is just one example of the potential problems that we have. If you have any suggestions on how to resolve this particular issues, please let me know. Thank you.